Oftentimes, when constructing clients' programs, we will find that we will need to utilize task analyses in order to collect data on those specific skills embedded with the task. I will show you how to create a task analysis within Artemis. As you can see, in order to create this, I first have to be in the client intervention plan hierarchy view, which is where I am able to create and modify all different client programs. As you can see here, I have a list of domains that I've created for this particular test client, but I'm going to go ahead and start fresh for this particular client's task analysis. So I'll first start by adding a completely brand new domain. And I would like this domain to be skill acquisition, daily living skills. And I'd like a mastery criteria of 100%. Once I get my green success button located at the top, all I need to do is scroll down to see that it took, and then I can continue adding from there. Once I have my overarching domain, I can simply add the specific skill that I'm trying to target. And in this particular case, it is teeth brushing. Within the instructions section for the skills, I can add any specific notes I would like for the technician to see. So goal is to have client engage in 100% of the tasks corresponding to teeth brushing. I'm also going to put a few bullets here to let the technician know exactly when I'd like them to run the teeth brushing program. Please run this program after meals. Preferably run the program at least twice per day. I'll add the mastery criterion of 100% and then click OK. Again, I will scroll to the bottom to see that toothbrushing as a skill has just been added. Now I can go ahead and add the specific targets for toothbrushing. So the first target that I'm going to create is I would like for the client to open the faucet, or I should say turn the faucet on. I'd like to select this as an either incorrect or correct response, and I'm going to place this in intervention. Then in the instruction portion, again, I can add in text or corresponding photos. For today, I would like the technician to be able to show a photo to the client so that if they needed to use a visual prompt, they could go ahead and do so. So we're going to use this particular photo. Turn on the faucet. The mastery criteria goal is again 100%, and I'd like to see 100% for 3 consecutive days before I consider this to be mastered. Once I feel this is in a good place, again, I have my target name, the response type, where it is in the intervention phase, as well as in the corresponding instructions that I would like to relay to the technicians, and adding any mastery criteria, I simply hit OK. And as you can see here, this skill has now just, or this target, excuse me, has just now been added to the skill of toothbrushing. Now, the next step that I want to drill down into is the level of prompting that I would like to see for specifically the target of turn the faucet on. So I'm simply going to go to the plus button, and I'm going to go down here to prompt name. And here I can list out any level of prompting that I would like to add. So for this particular target, I want to put gestural. I would also like to say that there could be a verbal prompt for this. I also would like to see if there needs to be any partial physical prompting with this skill. I also would like to see if there's any full physical prompting that's needed with this. And maybe I would also like to know if there was just no response. Great. So let's say this is the prompt hierarchy I would like to see listed for everything underneath toothbrushing. Now, what I don't need to do is I don't need to do this for every single target. Rather, I can actually clone this target so that all of these prompts will automatically be embedded. Let me show you how to do that. You will take your cursor and move to the specific target that you're trying to clone. You will go over to this clone button and simply hit clone. You'll get a notification asking you if you are sure that you want to turn the faucet on, in which I'm going to hit yes. Great. And now once that's done, I will see that my turn the faucet on has been cloned. And as I maximize the view, I can see that all of the prompts have also been added. So all I need to do is go back to this edit button, and I just need to switch my target to what the next step in the sequence is going to be. So after this client turns the faucet on, maybe they need to take the toothbrush cap off. Also in the intervention phase, perhaps I'd like to completely delete any of the photos on here. And I'd like to add a different one. There we go. So there's a use the toothpaste or open the toothpaste, again, whatever icon you would like to use for this particular program. And then I can in here set my minimum amount of trials and maximum amount of trials. Now, as you remember, in the overall instructions that I was providing to the technician at the skill level, I reminded them that I at least wanted this program to be run at least twice a day. So I'd like at least one minimum trial a day with a maximum of 2 trials throughout the day. So once everything looks where I need it to be, I will simply hit OK. And as you can see, my task analysis is starting to take shape. Here we are, we're turning the faucet on. I have all of the respective steps and prompts that I'd like for that client to be able to engage in when turning the faucet on. And then the next step, which is taking the toothbrush cap off. And I would be able to determine what level of prompting the client would need in order for that skill. So again, if I'd like to do the next step, simply just clone your program, hit yes, and the only thing I would need to modify is the skill itself. And of course, if there's any modifications that I would like to make for the instructions or photos or mastery criteria, I would go ahead and fully modify here.